Hi everybody, I'm Ralph Shaheen. We are in California for another spectacular round of Monster Energy AMA Supercross and FIM World Championship. Petco Park in San Diego is packed full of enthusiastic race fans who are anxious to get this one underway. It's main event time in San Diego.
It certainly is. So yeah, we're here in San Diego for our second video on the PlayStation 4 for Monster Energy Supercross. Once again, we are using the normal handling as opposed to the assisted. We have the rider weight set to manual. We have the gearbox as automatic, and we have the joint brakes off. So hard AI once more as we choose our starting position. So we're racing as Jason Anderson in his Husqvarna 450.
The gate is about to drop. Here we go.
So clutch in, leaning forward, giving it a nice little rev. And away we go then. So much better start than before. As we come up to the first turn. Once again, it's all about trying to keep on the bike as we... Wow, look at that for a start. So second place, just about. Down at the third now. I am actually doing this commentary live, so it is a pretty tricky game at the best of times to ride, but to do it while doing live commentary, you know, it's not easy. So just it's very tricky, these parts. You really do have to come off the throttle, I find, with the 450s. And I tend to lean back here. A little bit of rear brake through here. You know, these bikes, they accelerate so quickly, so you're better off being progressive on the throttle. Oh, did I get that wrong? Riding higher there, but we're okay. Carry a decent amount of speed through here as we start the second lap, I believe. So slightly overjumped that, ever so slightly. But we're okay, we're in second place on the hard AI, so I'm happy enough. No doubt I will drop down the pack a little, which I don't mind too much. It's interesting because when you do go to the time attack mode for practice, you are actually, or in this particular track at least, you are practicing in the daytime, which was surprising, and then you come here for a race, and of course it's night time, all the floodlights are coming on, and you just get so much more atmosphere. And it's an interesting stadium, this one, because one end of the stadium is actually open, so you do actually get to see all the buildings, which just adds a little bit more sort of realism to the environments and good attention to detail. I'd like to hear the crowd a little bit more, though, I have to admit. It does seem a little bit dull on that that side of things, but of course this is prior to the day one patch as well, so we don't know what that changes, so that's anyone's guess. Oh, so I've overjumped that one. And where are we? We're into 5th position now, so still pretty decent, considering, you know, I've only just picked up the game, and you know, with dirt bike games it is tricky. With assisted steering, assisted handling, you know, it is pretty arcadey, pretty accessible, which is a good thing, because, you know, we want more and more people to get into these games, and of course the more experienced players will go for the normal handling. And obviously you can turn things off, such as, you know, rider weight. At the moment I have manual, I have joint brakes off. I don't actually have manual transmission. I'm not going quite that far because, you know, I am busy with my hands doing all the rider weight and stuff. So, oh, and the brakes. So it is enough going on for my brain at the moment. But you know, if you want to take it one step further, of course you can opt for the manual transmission. So once again, visually pretty stunning, and again, nice lighting effects. You know, those floodlights, they really do sort of blast you with bright lights, which is really good to see. And it just gives you that feeling that you're at a real location with those sort of harsh lights going on, and you've got this nice sort of backdrop. The buildings in the background, you know, are pretty low detail, but it's understandable because, like I said before, you know, it's a tricky one for developers to create, you know, a game with all this background detail and keep the frame rate up. So Drop down to 15th, up into 14th once more. Again, a bit of rear brake slide in there, a bit of a block pass going on there. All good fun. And a lot better through this section this time round, but having said that, we just made a slight mistake there on the end section there. And again, you will notice that little stutter there. It tends to coincide with the pyrotechnics, I believe, so hopefully that will be patched out, perhaps even by the time of release, as we're going to come across the finish line now. So that was it for a race at San Diego. We're going to be having a look at the replay now. Right then, so a look at the replay. So this is one of the two helmet cams. You would have seen the side helmet GoPro camera viewpoint before in the previous video. So I just wanted to show you guys this one. So this is from the centre of the helmet. And you can see real sort of intensity that it captures. You have the shaky screen and just the sort of sheer field of view. It's like it's almost 180 degrees viewpoint, so it does look pretty stunning. Now, we've always sort of rallied for shaky cam in our first person viewpoints. Maybe not as shaky as this, because I don't think people will be able to play too long in this viewpoint without getting sort of nausea, but somewhere between what we have now and this, somewhere in the middle somewhere, I think would be a nice balance. So it'd be good to see this in the future. Perhaps even an option that you could turn on and off would be a welcome feature, because it does look absolutely stunning. It really does sort of highlight the environments, the scope of the environments, all the lighting, all the various trackside details, just the sheer speed and bumpiness of the track as well. And it does give you a good idea of what the rider's experiencing real world racing, all these sort of G-forces, or the bumps and all that wear and tear on your elbows and your knees. You're never going to get a rest until you stop, because it's just bump after bump after bump. I can imagine being pretty sore after each race. I just feel that the lighting in this viewpoint looks really good, and as I said before, it's particularly when the track surface is wet. I will show a wet track surface in a future video. The way the lights shine off the puddles looks absolutely fantastic, coupled with this replay on the GoPro perspective, and it does look amazing. Without doubt the most realistic looking motocross or supercross game I've actually seen. Fantastic stuff. So if there's anything you'd like to see on the game, do let us know. We'll try to get round to it, but time is quite limited at the moment, but we'll try our best. I would like to do a video coming up on the track editor. We have a first real look at that on the PlayStation 4. We don't have an Xbox One copy as of yet, but we will keep making some PS4 videos for you guys. Just looks absolutely amazing. All the shakiness of the camera really does capture the movement, not only on the ground but also in the air. You can see when the rider takes to the air, you still have that sort of shaking going on, because the rider's busy shuffling his body around, so preparing for the landing. Really, really good stuff. Oh, almost coming off there. So yeah, like I said, it's not a viewpoint that you could probably play with without getting sick, so hopefully we can get somewhere between what we have now and what we see here. And it'd be interesting, wouldn't it, playing from a sort of GoPro perspective, just to sort of change things up a bit. Okay, so come round to latter stages of the race now then. Let us know what you make of the game so far in the comments, what platforms you'll be getting the game on. And some good action going on ahead of me now. But anyway, we're going to be wrapping it up in just a moment, so that was a look at the San Diego track in Monster Energy Supercross. Do let us know if there's anything more you'd like to see in the game. As I said, we'll try our best to get round to it. But anyway, if you wanted to see a no comment run on this gameplay, you can see that. Just Google Team VV Games and you should be able to see that. And as with all these videos, there will be both commentary and no commentary runs as well for you to enjoy. But anyway, that's it for now. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll have more on the title coming up very shortly. Thanks for watching.